Dear students, listen carefully. One question is 100% guaranteed in the examination. See, as we have seen already in our blueprint also, we will be getting 3 LAQs. From these 3, we have to write any 2. So, one we are getting from body fluids and circulation, and one we are getting from human reproduction, and one we will be getting from the genetics. So if we are studying any 2 chapters also, that is enough for scoring good marks. So here, coming to the body fluids and circulation, we will be having 2 LAQs. One is working of heart and second one is human heart structure, or I can say structure of human heart. So from these 2 you will be getting 1 in the examination 100%. So in this video we are going to study structure of human heart. It is a hollow muscular organ. What do you mean by hollow muscular organ? As it is a visceral organ, it contains lumen or pouch like structure in the heart. So that's why we are calling it as a hollow muscular organ. Then coming to the mesodermally originated. What do you mean by mesodermally originated organ? When we were in embryonic stage, our embryonic stage cells which are present, they used to divide from 3 germ layers. One is ectoderm, mesoderm, then last is endoderm. So all the body parts which are present in our body is getting derived from these 3 germ layers only. So here our heart has been originated or derived from mesodermal region. Then coming to the location where it is present. It is present between the 2 lungs in a space. That space we are calling it as a mediastinum. See, for example, body has been divided into 2 parts. One is thoracic region and second one is abdomen region. Diaphragm is present, dome shaped diaphragm is present in our body, that divides into 2 regions. The region above the diaphragm we are calling it as a thoracic region. The region below the diaphragm we are calling it as a abdomen region. So in thoracic region, lungs are present. In between 2 lungs, heart is present. A space in between 2 lungs, a space is present. That space we are calling it as a mediastinum. Then coming to a double membrane structure which is present in our heart in order to give protection. That double membraned bag like structure we are calling it as a pericardium. So this pericardium is also divided into 2 layers. One is outer layer and second one is inner layer. The outer layer, we are in between this outer and inner layer we have a fluid. That fluid we are calling it as a pericardial fluid. What is the function of pericardial fluid? The fluid, whatever it is present between these 2 layers, that we are calling it has a pericardial fluid, and its function is to reduce the friction during the heartbeat, and it also acts as a shock absorber. Its role is to observe the shock. What is the size of our heart? See, when we close our fist like this, or we can say clenched fist, the size of our heart is equal to clenched fist. My heart size is this much. So it's depend upon your fist size, how much your heart size is. Then coming to the layers, we have 3 wall layers. One is pericardium, endocardium and myocardium. So what do you mean by pericardium? Pericardium is the outermost layer, because peri means outer. Then coming to the endocardium, it is the innermost layer. In between this pericardium and endocardium we have myocardium, which is a middle layer. So these are the 3 wall layers which are present in our heart, has a role in protection. What is the role of these 3 layers? And that pericardial fluid absorbs shock and it reduces the friction and it gives the protection, these wall layers. Then coming to the chambers of our heart. How many chambers are present in our heart? For example, imagine this has a chamber. So we have 4 chambers in our heart. How many chambers we have? 4. So from these 4, 2 are upper chambers and 2 are lower chambers. 2 chambers are upper chambers and 2 are lower chambers. 2 arteries are present and 2 ventricles are present. This is the right side of the heart. This is the left side of the heart. 2 upper chambers we are calling it as atria. 2 lower chambers we are calling it as ventricles. These are small in size. These are large in size compared to atria. Atrias we are calling it as blood receiving chambers because it receives the blood. And we are calling ventricles as blood pumping chambers because it pumps the blood to the different body parts. Then coming to the septums. Septums are nothing but it divides the atria, ventricles and arterias and ventricles. Between atria we have one septum, between ventricles we have one septum, between arteria and ventricles also we have one septum. See, between arteria, between right and left arteria we have arterial septum, and between the left and right ventricles we have interventricular septum, and between the arteria and ventricle we have a thick fibrous tissue. That tissue we are calling it as arterioventricular septum. So here between two arteries, interarterial septum. Between two ventricles we have interventricular septum. Between arteria and ventricle we have one septum, that is interarterioventricular septum. See. Then coming to the openings. Between the right atrium and ventricle we have a valve. That valve we are calling it as a tricuspid valve. See here. In between the right atria and right ventricle we have a muscular flap like structure that we are calling it as a tricuspid, and between the left atria and left ventricle we have a cusp like structure that we are calling it as a bicuspid. Bicuspid is also called as mitral valve. See, it prevents the backflow of blood. When blood enters into the atria, then from arteries it enters into the ventricle. From here it moves to lungs in order to get oxygenated. From again lungs it enters into the left atria, then it enters into left ventricle, then it moves to the different body parts. So these the way it is getting flowed blood from arteries to ventricles, then ventricles to lungs, then lungs to arteries, and then ventricles to different body parts. So here we need to prevent the backflow. So in order to prevent that backflow we have valves. Tricuspid and bicuspid valves are present. Next, when it enters into the ventricles, the blood, after that it also need to go to lungs and then different body parts. So we have two openings. One is pulmonary artery is there, one is aorta is there. Here pulmonary artery and pulmonary veins are responsible to transfer that blood to their location, particular location, and it is guarded by semi-lunar valves. What do you mean by semi-lunar valves? Semi means half, lunar means moon. So it look like half moon shape. That's why we are calling it as semi-lunar valves. Then coming to the nodal tissues which are present in our heart. Nodal tissues are nothing but modified heart muscles. We have two nodes and fibers. One is SAN node and second one is AVN node. SAN node and AVN node, they both are present in the right atrium only, but the location varies. SAN is present at the right upper corner of the atrium and AVN is present at the left lower corner of the right atrium only. They are present in the atrium only. Then coming to the AVN node, it passes the action potential through bundle of His. Then this bundle of His is getting divided into two parts. One is right and one is left. Then coming to the arches, coming to the aortic arches. We have two aortic arches. One is pulmonary arch and second one is systemic arch. So here arches has been divided into two types. One is pulmonary arch and second one is systemic arch. So this pulmonary arch is guarded. The opening of pulmonary arch is guarded by pulmonary valve. So here what's happening? The deoxygenated blood which is present in our body is getting carried to the lungs. Here what is the role of lungs? It oxygenate the blood. It purifies the blood, we can say. From here the purified or the oxygenated blood need to go into the left atrium, then it needs to pass to the left ventricle, then it needs to pass to the different body parts. It might be brain, it might be limbs, it might be eyes, it might be any body part ma. So this type of circulation we are calling it as a double circulation. Why we are calling it as double circulation means it has two independent circulation, isn't it or not? From here, from body parts, that is deoxygenated blood is getting entered into the atrium, then atrium to ventricle, then ventricle to it enters into the lungs. This atrium and ventricle is right side of the heart, then it enters into the lungs. As it carries the deoxygenated blood, it is getting oxygenated over here, then from the lungs it enters into the left part of the heart, that is nothing but left atrium, then it moves to the left ventricle, then the blood has got purified, it need to get circulated to the different body parts. It might be limbs, it might be eyes, it might be brain, or it might be anything in our body. So in this way the double circulation occurs. Thank you.